take I have in this video may be controversial, but it needs to be discussed. The United States just voted to fund Israel's never-ending wars, and also will throw Ukraine to the list. And we're going to talk about how we as U.S. citizens can profit from all of this warmongering. And like I said, this is going to be controversial, but let's dive in deep. So, the U.S. House passes a $900 billion military spending bill. Ukraine gets another $800 million. Israel gets roughly another $700 million on top of the $3.3 billion that we give them every year. And ever since October 7th, we gave them over $20 billion. Marjorie Taylor Greene says, last night I voted no on final passage of the NDAA. I support our great military, but I will not vote to send American hard-earned tax dollars toward foreign aid and foreign wars. There's more wars happening under the Trump administration. Recently, Trump just announced they have pirated or seized a Venezuelan tanker boat stealing their oil. Here's one of the announcements. White House press secretary says the U.S. is going to seize oil from Venezuela's oil tanker. The vessel is currently undergoing a forfeiture. It's a nice way of saying we're stealing process right now. The vessel will go to the U.S. port, and the United States does intend to seize the oil. These guys right here, the U.S. placed a bounty of $10 million on this terrorist in Syria. This was happening under the Obama administration. And now Trump has become his friend, and he is the leader in Syria now. America made the terrorist president of the United States, also removed him from the most wanted list today. Same terrorist as Donald Trump's guest in the White House. Why am I bringing all this up? I'm bringing this up because the money has to go somewhere. And I have one ETF that y'all need to put on your radar so that way you can also benefit from all of this money spending on endless wars for Israel, an endless war for Ukraine, and America sending troops as the world police all around the globe. Let's talk about it. Here's the ETF that I was talking about. This is the iShares Dow Jones U.S. Aerospace and Defense ETF. The ITA tracks a market cap weighted index of U.S. manufacturers, assemblers, and distributors of airplane and defense equipment. There's 43 of the companies in this portfolio here, 100% industrials. Here's a list of the top 10 that make up 75% of the total assets. You got General Electric, RTX, otherwise known as Raytheon, Boeing, Howmet Aerospace, TransDigm, General Dynamics, Lockheed, Axon, Northrop Grumman, and L3 Harris. Y'all, something we cannot forget. Ever since the United States started, it has been in some type of war. War is a part of the fabric of this country, and I don't think nothing's going to change. You go look at the last 100 years, especially since World War I and World War II, that is when the United States officially became that superpower that it is today and is dominating the whole world. And it does it through military might, okay? Military might. And this right here, Ukraine money, Israel money, and, you know, at least in the bill, they're increasing the wages of the soldiers, right? But this is all about military industrial complex, okay? So if you're always warring, the money that is getting collected from the taxpayers have to go to war. It has to go somewhere. Besides interest, war, literally the Department of War receives the most money. And they allocate that money to defense contractors. Look at Palantir, Lockheed, Boeing, GE. All of those companies literally live off of the government's teeth. Lockheed Martin almost went bankrupt one time back in the day. The government bailed them out, gave them more contracts, and made sure that Lockheed stayed in business. Okay, so for us, we have to really understand that this is a part of America's DNA: war, oppression, colonization. We're in the era of easy access to the stock market, okay? Get on your Robinhood app, get on Google, get on your Schwab, your TD Ameritrade, Do some research of those companies that I've just showed you, okay? Research GE, RTX, Boeing, Howmet, General Dynamics, Axon, Lockheed, etc. Okay? Research them and learn about what they do and why they do what they do. And then realize Israel, Ukraine, the United States, NATO, everyone that we send weapons to, they are the companies supplying those weapons. We're finally in a situation where regular everyday citizen can also benefit from this, sad to say, never ending war. And I don't see the war stopping. We might as well make a profit so that we can change our lives. Let me know what you think about this controversial topic.